It's bad for the environment to have kids. That's literally what I woke up thinking about this morning. And before I get into this, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying whether you should or shouldn't have kids. That's a human right and totally personal choice. But what is interesting is that it seems in recent years there's been a rise in antinatalism, which is essentially the philosophical movement where people decide not to have kids for ethical reasons. And there are literally a whole host of reasons why people think it's unfair or unethical to bring kids into this world. However, in more recent years, one of the biggest reasons has been climate change. So, as far as I can tell from reading and watching documentaries, antinatalists tend to fall into two camps related to climate change. The first camp believes that it's unethical to bring a new human onto a planet with already struggling resources. Because it's inevitable, some more than others, but we all use food, water, and carbon, and these resources are threatened to be dwindling. So, some antinatalists believe that they shouldn't create another life that's going to add more strain to the planet, which is already struggling. The second camp is more about the impact of climate change on the child. So, they will argue that the government and huge corporations simply aren't doing enough to stop global warming. We agree. And as such, they worry about how this will affect their child as it grows older. We're already seeing the impacts of climate change around the world, and if nothing changes, then it's inevitable that we will see this more, especially, unfortunately, in poorer communities and poorer regions of the world where people are more vulnerable to things like food shortages, water shortages, and extreme weather. So people don't want to bring their child up in this world and think that it would be unethical to do so. Just some food for thought, really. Like I said, we're definitely not telling you whether you should or shouldn't have kids. But if you are interested in the topic, we do have a whole blog post on antinatalism where we discuss the pros and cons. So definitely check that out if it's of interest through the link in our bio.